This is Italian football lover channel, my friends. Today I want to make predictions. Match day 14 games of Bundesliga. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Thank you so much. Let's start with Freiburg Wolfsburg game of. Freiburg is going to be at home. They are playing better at home. They won versus 3-1 Gladbach at home. They stayed draw against before Mainz 0-0 at home. And at the same time, Freiburg lost against 4-0 Dortmund in away game. They stayed draw against Hoffenheim 1-1 in last away game. Wolfsburg got 4 successive victories in Bundesliga. They are going on so bad, so good, my dear friends. And Wolfsburg got no defeat in the recent 6 games of Bundesliga. Wolfsburg team won versus 1-0 Union Berlin at home. They won against 4-3 Mainz in last match at home. They won versus 5-1 Leipzig in last away game. They won against Heidenheim before 3-1 in away game. My dear friends, so challenging game is awaiting us. Maybe draw is possible in that game, but by a little margin, I feel in that way, Freiburg will make the advantage of playing at home and they will win over against Wolfsburg. Freiburg 3, Wolfsburg 2 is my prediction for this game. Mönchengladbach, Holstein, Kiel. Mönchengladbach is going to be at home. They are playing way more better at home and they stayed draw against Dortmund 1-1 in last match at home before they won versus 2-0 Pauli at home. They stayed draw against 0-0 Leipzig in away game. My dear friends, but they lost against 3-1 Freiburg in last away game. Holstein Kiel is second to last on the point table. They have just 5 points. They couldn't get any victory in away games. Holstein Kiel lost against Werder Bremen 2-1 in away game. They lost against 3-1 Pauli in last away game. They lost against 2-0 Leipzig at home. They lost against 3-0 Mainz at home. They are so poor, so weak team. Mönchengladbach is way more better team than Holstein Kiel. They will make the advantage of playing at home. They will win over against Holstein Kiel. Mönchengladbach 2, Holstein Kiel 0 is my prediction for this game. Augsburg, Leverkusen, Augsburg is going to be at home. And this Augsburg team is playing better at home, my dear friends. They stayed draw against Frankfurt 2-2 in last away game. And at the same time, Augsburg won versus 1-0 Bochum at home. They stayed draw against before 0-0 Hoffenheim at home. My dear friends, they lost against 3-0 Bayern Munich in away game. Leverkusen won versus 2-1 Berlin in last away game. Before they stayed draw against Bochum 1-1 in away game. They won versus 2-1 Pauli in last match at home. Leverkusen is going on so good in the recent games. My dear friends, they are on the 3rd spot. My dear friends, Leverkusen is closer to victory than Augsburg. Maybe draw is possible. I feel in that way this game is going to be so hard clash, but just by 1 goal difference, I want to take a chance to Leverkusen for victory. Augsburg 1, Leverkusen 2 is my prediction for this game. Union Berlin Bochum off. Union Berlin couldn't get any victory in the last 6 games of Bundesliga. As I remember, they are going down and down. Union Berlin is going to be at home. They stayed draw against Freiburg 0-0 at home. Union Berlin lost against 2-1 Leverkusen in last match at home. They lost against 1-0 Wolfsburg in away game, my dear friends. And this Bochum team is at the bottom of the point table. They have just 2 points. They couldn't get any victory in Bundesliga so far. And Bochum team stayed draw against 1-1 Leverkusen at home. They lost against 1-0 Werder Bremen in last match at home. They lost against Augsburg 1-0 in last away game. Before they lost against 2-0 Stuttgart in away game. But Union Berlin is better team than Bochum. And this is time to win for Union Berlin. They will win over against Bochum. Union Berlin 1, Bochum 0 is my prediction for this game. Mainz, Bayern Munich off. Mainz is going to be at home. And Mainz team lost against 4-3 Wolfsburg in last away game. Mainz won versus 3-0 Hoffenheim in last match at home. Before Mainz won versus 3-1 Dortmund at home. Bayern Munich is at the top position. They got no defeat in Bundesliga. Bayern Munich won versus Pauli 1-0 in away game, but they stayed draw against Dortmund 1-1 in last away game. Bayern won versus 4-2 Heidenheim in last match at home. Bayern Munich is stronger and better team than Mainz in every way. Because of that, they will win over against Mainz. Mainz 1, Bayern Munich 3 is my prediction for this game. Pauli, Werder Bremen off. Pauli is going to be at home, and Pauli is playing better at home. And Pauli team won versus 3-1 Holstein Kiel in last match at home, but before they lost against strong opponent Bayern Munich 1-0 at home. Pauli lost against 2-1 Leverkusen in last away game. Werder Bremen won versus Bochum 1-0 in last away game. Werder Bremen stayed draw against Stuttgart 2-2 at home before they won versus 2-1 Holstein Kiel at home. And my dear friends, Werder Bremen before lost against 1-0 Frankfurt in away game. My dear friends, so hard clash is awaiting us. Because of that, my prediction is going to be draw for that game. Draw. St. Pauli 1, Werder Bremen 1. And Heidenheim, Stuttgart off. Heidenheim is going to be at home. They are third to last on the point table. They got back-to-back defeats in Bundesliga in the recent weeks. My dear friends, they are third to last on the point table. They have 10 points. Heidenheim lost against 3-1 Wolfsburg at home. They lost against 4-0 Frankfurt at home. They lost against 4-2 Bayern Munich in last away game. They are in so bad situation. Stuttgart stayed draw against Werder Bremen 2-2 in last away game. Before they stayed draw against 0-0 Leverkusen in away game. Stuttgart team won versus 3-2 Union Berlin at home. They won against 2-0 Bochum at home. Stuttgart is way more better team than Heidenheim. In my opinion, they will win over against Heidenheim. Heidenheim 0, Stuttgart 2 is my prediction for this game. Borussia Dortmund, Hoffenheim off. Borussia Dortmund is playing way more better at home. They are showing us incredible performances at home. They stayed draw against 1-1 Bayern Munich in last match at home. Before they won versus 4-0 Freiburg at home. They won against 2-1 St. Pauli at home. They stayed draw against 1-1 Gladbach in last away game. Hoffenheim team couldn't get any victory in away games so far this season. Hoffenheim lost against 2-0 Mainz in last away game. Before they stayed draw against Augsburg 0-0 in away game. They stayed draw against 1-1 Freiburg in last match at home. Before they won versus 4-3 Leipzig at home. Dortmund is way more better team than Hoffenheim. They will make the advantage of playing at home. They will win over against Hoffenheim. Dortmund 3, Hoffenheim 1 is my prediction for this game. Leipzig, Frankfurt. This is the last match of the week. Leipzig is going to be at home, but Leipzig get set back in the recent games of Bundesliga. They are in so bad situation as of lately. They lost against 5-1 Wolfsburg in last match at home. Before they stayed draw against Gladbach 0-0 at home. My dear friends, and Leipzig lost against 4-3 Hoffenheim in away game, but they won versus Holstein Kiel 2-0 in last away game. Leipzig is on the 4th spot. They are 3 points back of Frankfurt, and Frankfurt is on the 2nd spot. They are going on so good this season. They are playing so good at home and in away games. It doesn't matter for Frankfurt team. Frankfurt won versus 4-0 Heidenheim in away game. Before they won against strong opponent Stuttgart 3-2 in away game. They won against 1-0 Werder Bremen at home, but they stayed draw against 2-2 Augsburg in last match at home. My dear friends, I feel in that way with home advantage, Leipzig is little bit closer to victory this time. But Frankfurt is so dangerous team. Because of that, my prediction is going to be draw for that game. I don't count on Leipzig, my dear friends. Maybe they are closer to victory than Frankfurt, but my prediction is draw. Frankfurt is so dangerous team. Leipzig 2, Frankfurt 2 is my prediction for this game. All my predictions like this match day 14 games of Bundesliga. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. You may write your comments down below. Please click the like button. It makes me so glad. See you on my next videos, my dear friends. Bye!